The Lament of the Forgotten. A chilling chronicle of a haunted mansion and the secrets it conceals. Nestled amidst the gloom of a desolate moor, there stood a once grand mansion, now crumbling under the weight of neglect and decay. The home of the enigmatic Montressor family, it held within its walls a dark and terrible secret, whispered in hushed tones by the villagers who dwelt in the shadow of its ruin. One stormy night, a weary traveller named Julian, seeking refuge from the tempest, chanced upon the Montressor estate. Driven by curiosity and desperation, he approached the mansion, the echoes of his footsteps swallowed by the darkness that surrounded him. Upon entering the mansion, Julian was struck by a sense of unease, as if the very air itself was charged with an otherworldly energy. The once opulent halls were now a testament to decay, the walls covered in a thick layer of dust, the once vibrant colours faded by the relentless passage of time. As he explored the mansion, Julian began to sense that he was not alone. The air seemed to crackle with an unseen presence, whispers and distant footsteps echoing through the empty halls. The portraits that adorned the walls, their eyes filled with sorrow and rage, seemed to follow his every movement, as if they, too, were aware of the intrusion. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Julian discovered a hidden passage that led deep into the bowels of the mansion. There, amidst the darkness and the damp, he found a series of crypts, their walls adorned with the remains of the Montressor family. It was here that the darkness seemed to intensify, the very air heavy with the weight of the dead. At the heart of the crypts, Julian discovered a small chamber, its walls adorned with the bones of a single, long-forgotten soul. Beside the remains lay a tattered and mouldy journal, its pages filled with the frenzied scrawl of a desperate and tormented spirit. The journal, penned by the last living Montressor, detailed the terrible fate that had befallen the family. Consumed by greed and ambition, the Montressors had fallen victim to a terrible curse, their souls bound to the mansion and doomed to linger for all eternity. As Julian read the final entry of the journal, a chilling wind seemed to sweep through the crypts, the whispers and footsteps growing louder and more insistent. The darkness seemed to close in around him, the very walls of the crypt pressing in upon him like the hands of the damned. Terrified, Julian fled the crypts and the haunted mansion, the echoes of the forgotten Montressors ringing in his ears. As he stumbled through the storm, he could not escape the sense that the spirits of the damned had followed him, their cold, grasping hands reaching out to claim him as one of their own. In the days that followed, Julian found himself haunted by the events of that fateful night, his dreams filled with the whispers and the lamentations of the forgotten Montressors. The darkness that had consumed the mansion seemed to have taken root within him, a terrible and unrelenting presence that would not be denied. As the years passed, Julian grew increasingly isolated and tormented, his mind consumed by the curse that had befallen the Montressor family. The haunted mansion, once a symbol of the family's ambition and greed, had become a grim reminder of the terrible price that must be paid for meddling with forces beyond the understanding of mortal men. The Montressor estate, standing as a sentinel upon the desolate moor, bore witness to the inexorable passage of time, its decaying walls a testament to the power of the curse that had claimed the souls of the once proud family. The villagers, wary of the darkness that haunted the Montressor mansion, avoided the estate at all costs, their hearts heavy with the knowledge of the grim fate that had befallen its occupants. They spoke in hushed tones of the curse and the tormented spirit of Julian, who had dared to disturb the restless souls of the Montressor family. As the years turned to decades, and the decades to centuries, the haunted mansion continued to crumble, its once magnificent facade now a mere shell of its former glory. Yet the curse that had befallen the Montressor family remained, an ever-present reminder of the darkness that lay hidden within the walls of the mansion and the terrible price that had been paid for their ambition and greed. And in the quiet hours of the night, when the wind howled across the desolate moor and the shadows of the ancient trees danced upon the crumbling walls, the whispers and lamentations of the forgotten Montressors could still be heard, their voices a chilling echo of the darkness that had claimed them and the terrible fate that awaited any who dared to venture too close to the haunted mansion.